Hey love, I'm Sharr Smith, intuitive energy alchemist and spiritual teacher. Welcome to Journey to Self, an emotional wellness and self-discovery podcast here to ask the powerful questions so you can reveal the true potential that exists in all things for yourself, like your life, your business, and your manifestations. Journey to Self is your reliable resource for learning how to adapt and overcome. Each episode, we cover topics that allow you to hold space for yourself and pay attention to where your thoughts are building momentum. This is so you can take control and transmute the energies of stress, anxiety, and even burnout and begin to create a happy, healthy, and balanced life. Hey love. Okay, so today we're just going to dive right in because we've got a lot to cover in a short amount of time, okay? Last episode, we explored the 4 motor centers and I taught you how to figure out how your own energy is wired so that you can manifest pretty much anything you want and how to find the energy to fight and succeed in times of struggle. Today, I'm teaching you how to both prevent and manage the stress that potentially creates the experience of struggle in the first place so that you can actually minimize it and experience a lot more happiness and inner calm instead. Now, to teach you this, we're going to focus on the concepts of overgiving and overworking. I know. But just stay with me for a second. It's all going to make sense in just a moment, okay? First things first, overgiving is when you give more of yourself, your time, your energy, or even your money than you actually have available to give without putting a strain on your own well-being. Now, overworking is when you have exerted the amount of energy you have to work beyond the capacity in which you can safely and healthily sustain it without causing harm to your own well-being. Now, how do we avoid these things? What causes the actions and decisions that lead to overgiving and overworking? Why do we so often allow ourselves to get caught up in struggle and being taken advantage of? Well, it's because you don't know and or understand your own soul's purpose, aka how you are both consciously and unconsciously showing up in the world on an energetic level. Remember, the universe doesn't speak words, it speaks energy. And people feel your energy way before you physically enter the room. Now, before you roll your eyes, listen to what a purpose actually is, because it's certainly not what you've been taught to think it is since grade school. In short, you are your soul's purpose, okay? Specifically, you as an energetic expression itself. Now, because I know this may have just thrown you for a loop, let's break it down using a bit of etymology, which is just the study of words, astrology, and human design. I also want you to understand something. You do not have to guess at what your soul's purpose is. Why? Because you already have the tools and resources readily available to you for you to be able to figure all of this out for yourself in great detail and get the solutions and answers that you're looking for. And in a lot of cases, the tools and resources are free, right? For example, I have a free YouTube video called How to Find Your Soul's Purpose. You can find the link for that in the show notes. Now, I also have a self-help guide called Know Your Purpose. It's, again, digital, online. It is a paid product. I believe it's like $47. But again, it's a resource that's readily available for you that you can download immediately and access now, right? You can also work with me inside of a Focused and Flow reading or book a one-on-one mentorship with me inside of a Soul Soother intensive if you need help applying your soul's purpose and knowing how to use it in real life and what it looks like for you, okay? So now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of what a purpose actually is. Your purpose is not simply your passions and whatever it is that you are good at. Your passions change every day like your draws. And honestly, your skills are only relative to the circumstances and or situations to which they are needed and or can be applied to. If we take the word purpose and break it up, we have the prefix per. P-U-R. Per is a prefix rooted in Latin origins, meaning pure, as in real, authentic, and undiluted. Next, we have the word pose, which is related to position of someone or something, aka as in a location, okay? So if you're taking notes and keeping up with me so far, we have you clocked as being a pure location, as in a dynamic occurrence in space and time. In other words, you being born. Now, here's where things get really fun and interesting, okay? So astrology teaches us that the natal chart is just a snapshot of the energy that was taking place, happening and or going on in the cosmos at the exact time that you were born. So your specific soul chose a time capsule, aka a place, a location, where all of that energy that was present at your time of birth could be encapsulated and recorded. And guess what we refer to as that place and or location as? The body. Okay. So now going back to the etymology portion of this. So the word purpose is sourced from the Latin word propositium, meaning something that is placed or intended. This means that you, the vessel, are a pure placed intention. In other words, you are a specific energetic location, aka the body that's been placed in space and time here on earth or in this world to be both experienced and expressed. How freaking cool is that? Quite literally, everything about you was done on purpose and with specific attention to detail. You are your purpose specifically expressed as an energetic frequency. You are a purely intentional expression of life force energy. So now going back to the question that we were taught to ask in school, right? The question is not, what is my purpose? This question leaves you constantly searching with no end in sight, looking for answers and solutions that you simply cannot find or locate for that matter, because everything that you are looking for is literally inside you, not externally. Remember, you are your purpose. This means you have the answers because you are literally them, right? The more supportive question here to ask is, what energetic frequency am I a pure and intentional expression of? This is where human design comes in at. Again, if you need help identifying your own soul's purpose, what it looks like in real life, and how to apply it in your own life, business, money, manifestations, etc. for success and inner calm, you can purchase my self-help guidebook called Know Your Purpose, otherwise known as KYP. Okay. You can also check out the video I created over on YouTube called How to Find Your Purpose Using Human Design. The links for everything will be available for you in the show notes or in the description box if you're listening over on YouTube. Okay, so connecting the dots here, when you know what the specific energetic frequency you are here to express and teach us through, aka your purpose, you understand what your energy is here to do whenever you are present and how you impact others. It doesn't matter who's around, what the fuck you are doing, or what stress, struggle, chaos, situation, or even circumstance you find yourself facing. I cover all of the details again and elements inside of KYP, but I will at least give you probably like 2 pieces here. Yeah, I can give you 2. I can touch base on 2 pieces for the free 99. 2 pieces of my formula here so you can at least get started and also begin understanding what all of this looks like, okay? So in your human design chart, the first thing I like to look at is your energy type. Another one is your conscious or personality sun gate. Okay, so using me as an example, I am a manifestor energy type and my conscious sun gate is gate 52. This is the gate of stillness and the energy for self-imposed inaction for the benefit of assessment, aka raw concentrating power and energy. Okay, using these 2 pieces, you can understand off the bat that I am one energetically wired for initiating people, things, and ideas into action. If you've been following me for a while, then you already know I talk about something called energetic end goals. And this is just simply the thing or the experience or expression that your specific energy is working to do or to express. Remember, with human design, all energy is working towards the throat center, which is the center of communication and manifestation. And so all energy is working its way to that particular energy center to be expressed. And so here again, if you've been following me for a while, then you already know I'm very big on energetic end goals. Anyway, I digress. Looking at my conscious sun gate or personality sun gate, we can also understand that my pure intentional energetic frequency is focused on the act and embodiment of stillness. Again, this is raw concentrating power, self-assessment, and reflection. Now, clearly, there are more pieces to this puzzle, but you can already begin to see how helpful these 2 pieces of information I've already mentioned are. I may cover how to use your conscious sun gate in the next episode, but I'm honestly not sure yet. I'm still running that idea through my emotional authority. So in the meantime, you can always click the link in the show notes or description box if you're listening on YouTube and purchase the self-help guide that I have for you called KYP or Know Your Purpose, okay? If you're interested in hearing more about how to use your sun gates in real life for different experiences or challenges or struggles or problems that you're having, I'd love for you to comment and inform me, okay? As a manifestor energy type, yes, I have to inform other people of different things that may impact them, but it's also very important that my audience or those that I'm interacting with or coming in contact with also inform me as well. So I love hearing from you all, and it's very helpful as well. All right, so now going back to the concept of overgiving, overworking, and the intentions that we started this episode with, which were to prevent stress and succeed in times of struggle, or at least understanding and knowing how to succeed in times of struggle, okay? So one of the easiest solutions for overgiving and overworking is boundaries. But you can't set boundaries if you don't know who you are or understand how your own energy works, what it needs to function, and what your energetic roles and scopes of practices and all the things are, right? In this particular episode, we are focused on the energetic role. So we'll just look at how to apply that to keep things simple. But again, if you want to learn more about your energetic scopes of practices, your needs, your requirements, all the things, you can grab my self-help guide, KYP, okay? Again, the link is available for you below. So moving on, anytime that you feel stressed, it's simply your body's response to pressure. And pressure is just your perceived sense of urgency to get something done or achieve something. This means that we can actually define what we consider to be urgent, aka important to act on or take action towards. This also means that you are responsible for governing your own energy. And how do you do that? By simply applying the knowledge of your purpose and putting it into action to support your own well-being. Anytime that you feel stressed, angry, disappointed, bitter, frustrated, or even feel like you are stuck struggling. So, for example, as a manifestor energy type, if my energy is defined and hardwired to initiate people, ideas, and things into action, I need to stop and look at where I'm not doing this, or where I am doing everything but what my energy is actually designed to do. This is the same concept and idea regardless of what your energy type is in human design. So if you're a projector, your energetic end goal is to guide and direct others. That's ultimately what your specific energy wants to do. As a reflector, it's to observe, assess, and provide feedback. As a generator, it's to create and or build with intention that's specifically rooted in your own pleasure, like things that bring you pleasure to do. As a manifesting generator, it's to innovate on what has already been created and or built, but also with the intention rooted in pleasure. So if you're not operating within your energetic role, aka what your energy is designed and here to do, regardless of how you are energetically wired to go about doing it, you create opportunities for stress, chaos, and struggle because you simply do not have the energy to sustain any other energetic role for an extended amount of time. It's not that you can't do it, it's that you can't sustain it. This means that trying to do so will lead to overwhelm, aka a higher demand of energy than the energy that you have available to meet the demand. This is why each of the energy types need each other. We are all pieces that come together to complete one big ass puzzle. At the end of the day, it's about building the self-awareness to recognize and understand when you are operating outside of the energy that you specifically have to get things done with. It's also about understanding when you have exceeded your own energetic reserves and capacities. This is so that you know how to navigate, adjust, and succeed in your relationships, your life in general, with your money, your health, your career and business, like whatever it is that you are trying to navigate, trying to struggle through and figure out, like whatever you have going on, okay? Another place you can look at in your human design chart is your conscious sun gate. You heard me speak about this earlier, but the reason why this is one of the things that I include inside of KYP is because your conscious sun gate is what's known as your lead energy. This means it is the literal experience that you create for yourself and others anytime that you are present and or show up. So when you understand what energetic experience this is for you, you can further prevent and or alchemize stress and struggle to your benefit and advantage. This is because you now know what your energy wants to achieve in any situation, and you know what people are seeking access to your energy for, or what a situation or a challenge is trying to bring out of you or asking of you in order to succeed. At the end of the day, it's truly all about operating from a place of love, happiness, and inner peace. You simply can't control other people or situations at times, but you can control yourself. So take a second and ask yourself, where am I matching the energy of the chaos or other negative people instead of regulating my own energy and nervous system? What knowledge of my own energy and energetic role can I use or do I have access to create, maintain, and or restore inner calm so that I can skip the whole emotional crisis of the experience? If you don't know what an emotional crisis is, it's any time that your emotions become so overwhelming that you are no longer able to physically or mentally care for or take action for your own well-being. Okay? Another question to consider here is, how is my energy designed to be successful, at peace, and happy? This is when it comes to anything, the money, the thriving relationship, whatever it is that you are struggling to accomplish and or do for yourself in your life and or business. To learn more about your own soul's purpose and what it looks like in real life for you, again, you can grab my self-help guide, KYP, also known as Know Your Purpose, for help putting your soul's purpose into action to solve a problem or successfully overcome a challenge that you're currently having. You can book a Focused and Flow Human Design energy reading. All of the links will be available for you below in the show notes or in the description box if you are listening on YouTube. Thanks so much for listening to Journey to Self, your number one resource for emotional wellness and self-discovery, helping you learn how to adapt and overcome. Scroll down, press play, and meet me in the next episode. Bye, love.